On a sunny Saturday morning, Mr. Cameron woke up with a singular, noble mission to do the weekly grocery shopping without forgetting anything. This was important because the last time he'd gone shopping, he returned home with 6 bags full of biscuits, soda, and a single cucumber. His wife, Sarah, had looked at him like he'd just announced he'd joined a circus. Today, he was determined to be organized. He wrote a detailed list: eggs, milk, bread, rice, chicken, shampoo, vegetables. He even underlined vegetables twice because Sarah had specifically warned, "If you forget the vegetables again, you will live on air and regret." He grabbed his wallet, keys, and a reusable shopping bag, feeling like a man on a mission. The moment he stepped into the grocery store, he was hit with a wave of delicious smells from the bakery section. Just a quick look, he told himself. 10 minutes later, he was holding a box of cream-filled donuts and a loaf of chocolate bread that wasn't on the list. He reached the fruit section and spotted apples. Simple enough, right? Except there was an old lady, carefully examining each apple, like she was choosing jewelry for the royal crown. Cameron, not wanting to seem impatient, also picked up an apple, held it to the light, and nodded like he was an apple connoisseur. In reality, he had no idea what he was looking for: bruises, wormholes, hidden treasure maps. He ended up taking 6 apples just because the lady gave him a respectful nod, like he passed some secret fruit-picking exam. The chicken section was next. Cameron didn't like raw chicken. It always made him feel like it was judging him, but he needed it for Sarah's famous curry. As he picked up a tray, it slipped. It didn't fall to the floor. Oh no, that would have been too simple. It slid across the counter, hit another tray, and started a chicken domino effect. By the time he stopped the carnage, 4 trays had tipped over in a very unimpressed store. Worker was glaring at him like he'd just committed poultry crimes. Cameron mumbled, "Sorry, slippery chicken," and hurried away before he was banned for life. Shampoo was on all 6. Cameron didn't realize how dangerous shampoo aisles could be. There were at least 50 brands, each promising miracles: shiny hair in 1 wash, anti-dandruff super shield, volcano-infused volume, extra life for split ends, whatever that meant. As he reached for a bottle, the shelf decided to betray him. 1 bottle tipped, then another, and within seconds, 10 bottles were rolling down the aisle like tiny colorful bowling balls. A man at the end of the aisle jumped out of the way, holding his trolley like a shield. Cameron awkwardly gathered them back, but now he had no idea which one to buy. In the end, he grabbed a bottle just because the label had a smiling coconut on it. With his basket finally full and heavier than he'd planned, Cameron headed for the checkout. The queue was long, and directly in front of him was a small child, holding a lollipop and staring at him unblinkingly. Every time Cameron looked away, the child edged closer, like some kind of candy-fueled ninja. When it was finally Cameron's turn, he confidently placed his items on the counter. That's when the cashier asked, "Do you have our loyalty card?" Cameron froze. He did have the card somewhere. He started rummaging through his wallet, then his pockets, then his bag. By the time he found it, the cashier had already sighed 3 times. And the people behind him were whispering things like, "Why is he searching for Atlantis in his pockets?" Feeling relieved that the ordeal was nearly over, Cameron paid and headed home. But as he reached his front door, he realized something horrifying. He had forgotten the vegetables, the very thing Sarah had underlined twice. In his panic, he considered inventing a story about a vegetable shortage, maybe a vegetable strike. But when he opened the door, Sarah looked at the bags and immediately said, "Where are the vegetables?" Cameron opened his mouth to explain, but was betrayed again. This time by the cream-filled donuts peeking out of the bag. Sarah didn't yell, which was scarier than yelling. She simply said, "We're eating rice and chicken tonight. And tomorrow, you're going back for the vegetables." Cameron nodded like a man who had fought a brave battle and lost. But deep inside, he knew one thing: next time, he was ordering groceries online. The next day, armed with only vegetable instructions, Cameron returned to the store. Determined to avoid all distractions, he went straight to the vegetable section. And yet, somehow, he came home with vegetables and 3 boxes of donuts. Sarah just stared at him. "Cameron, you might actually be allergic to shopping normally." Cameron took a bite of a donut and replied with full sincerity, "But at least I didn't forget them this time." Moral of the story: some men are born great, some achieve greatness, and some simply shouldn't be sent to do grocery shopping.